Hi everyone, I'm here with Alex Eager of Mayfair Games. We're going to check out Villainy, the new game that's, I guess, in production right now.
Villainy is actually going to be released sometime in the Gen Con time frame, so it'll be this summer and later this summer as we think. So we're right now, what we've got here is definitely a prototype copy. We're still tweaking some things. We're still working on the cover art and all that, but having said that, cover art is definitely, this is the style we're going for. Jay Stevens is our artist on this. He was a very well-known comic book guy, great art, we love working with him. He's really got the look that we want for this, but ultimately the game is about being a supervillain. You are a supervillain, this is a fledgling supervillain, so at this point no one knows who you are, what you do, any of that. The town is protected by a guy named Fantastiman, who's your big hero in town, so ultimately the goal of the game is to be the guy that defeats Fantastiman. How do you do that? You start the game as a basic supervillain. You have strength, charisma, and intellect as your three stats, and you start with threes, across the board, basic, no-frills villain. You need to improve upon that, even to do a basic origin plan. So you're going to start with something really simple, easy to do. So we're going to compose a theme song to play wherever you go. That's a good start. So in order to do this, I'm going to need two people. I'm going to need myself, and I'm going to have to boost my intellect a little bit before that can happen. And I'm going to need a henchman with at least an intellect of 3, and who has a skill, and that's what the little dot underneath that means. There's an additional skill they're going to have. So each turn, I'm going to take an action. An action could be, I'm going to take an alter ego. This is going to make me a butcher. It's going to give me, I can actually now take an action that will let me take income, or I can take a special action that my job gives me. I might try to hire a henchman, and I've got 3 varieties of henchmen I can hire, but all of them will have some basic stats and some ability. I can also do an evil act. I can run out and say, I'm going to commit a crime. I'm going to go steal from the library. And by doing that, I will improve my intellect by 2. So I'll complete my origin plan, and then I'm going to come along and I'm going to say, well, now I'm going to try and actually do a villainous act, so I'm going to run amok at the amusement park. And finally, I'm going to come to my magnum opus. I'm going to need 4 people, so I'm going to have 4 people on my team. I'm going to have a lot of things I'm going to need to do, but this will be my big thing. I'm going to publish Fantastiman's internet browser history. All right, so when we do this, we now have the attention of Fantastiman. So to win the game, I have to beat Fantastiman by rolling an 8 or better on that 6-sided die. That seems unlikely early on. So what we're going to do is we have a Fantastiman deck. And this is going to be cards that are designed to hammer on my team. And for every one of these I encounter, it's a +1 on this end of game roll. So for every one of these I do, so now my roll is a 5 or 6. Actually, that's a +1, +2, +3. So yes, I'm at that. So at some point I say stop, I roll the die, and either I win or I don't win and the game continues.
Are you eliminated, or you just
You're not eliminated, each one of these cards is designed to hurt you in some way. You may lose a team member or 2 and have to build back up a little bit, but ultimately that's the way the game works. It's designed to be light, it's 20 minutes a player, 2 to 4 players, just kind of goofy fun. I've had a lot of fun with some of the names and some of the other little odds and ends surprises that are going on there. We think people are going to get a kick out of it. So.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like it's definitely got a wide appeal, comic book fans as well as game fans.
And we really wanted to have kind of that retro feel, not sort of that amped up Avengers, high speed sort of thing. This is old school, golden age comics kind of. Let's create a villain and let's beat on the good guys. So.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much. We look forward to checking out this summer.